I feel like even 6 months ago, if people started talking about cannabis and mental health, people look at you like you're weird. Yep. And we're not only talking about it, but 100% of the proceeds from this collaboration are going to Athletes for Care to support mental health initiatives. And I think that's extremely important because, you know, we can talk about cannabis, and there's been so much conversation about the effect, and so much of the conversation has been negative. And that hasn't been my experience. And so it's excited to start talking about the positive effects of cannabis. And on the business side of it, I'm extremely excited. One, you know, launching my own cannabis brand this past fall has been a blast. And but now it's a fun time. We started doing the collaborations. And, you know, people that know me know when I go to a dispensary, I'm only buying Jeeter. And so to be able to do a collab with Jeeter is just, it's just amazing because to me, it's my favorite product in the world. And now I get to enjoy Jeeter that has my name on it. So
explain what you're doing, Ricky, like exactly how you're partnering up and specifically that money that is going to go for an incredibly worthy cause.
Yeah. So first I'll explain like what Highsman is. So we call ourselves a cannabis lifestyle brand. Right, cannabis lifestyle brand, and we're really about bringing cannabis and sports together. Because when I was growing up, we were always told, the coaches said, if you smoke pot, you're going to be a loser. Yeah. And in my experience, it showed me that's actually not true. And so that's the message that I'm trying to get out into the world. That for me, Heisman is about my story and how cannabis has helped me achieve more than I ever thought I could. And so we're always thinking about creative ways of bringing sports and cannabis together. And we have merch, apparel. We also have flower. We have cannabis flower. Yeah. So thinking in that stage, we're a brand. And so we're doing collaborations. And so I'm like, okay, I want to introduce my fans, sports fans, to my favorite cannabis. And so we decided to do these brilliant. Are we allowed to talk about what it is? Or
yeah. I don't think that's an issue.
Yeah. So we're doing this brilliant packaging. We have my favorite product is Jeeter XLs. My wife's favorite product is Jeeter Juice. And then we got the baby Jeeters, which just kill it. And it's presented in this beautiful sports themed packaging, right? That I think people are going to love. It's going to be a collector's item. And I think it's perfect timing because as people are coming in town for the Super Bowl, right? The amount of cannabis we have in this package is exactly what you need for the few days that you're in LA.
And the strain as well, Ricky.
Yeah, and the strain is an exclusive strain called Sticky Ricky.
I like
that. And that was one of my nicknames from a lot of the guys used to call him. Once it became known that I was into cannabis, people would just call me Sticky Ricky.
Sticky Ricky, I love that. That is great. Talk to me about specifically, Ricky, the mental health stuff and how cannabis applies to the mental health the aspect that you're trying to help guys.
And this is the conversation. I was talking to someone today, and I've had this conversation 5 different ways the past couple of weeks. Yeah, where I'm talking to someone about cannabis, and I'm talking about the way that I use it, and the person says, "I never even thought you could use cannabis to work on yourself." And like
it's just about getting high. People think it's just getting high.
It never even occurred to them. And my experience with cannabis is first I would do it with my friends just to hang out, but I'm not really a hangout person. I'm more like work on myself person.
Right.
And so when I started smoking by myself, I noticed that what I would do is I would reflect on my day, reflect on my life and see, damn, that didn't feel good, or I could do this better. So for me, it was always about this inner reflection that helped me notice things that I didn't notice so that I could make corrections. And that's the same way I like came up in football, right? As soon as practice is over, as soon as the game is over, we go inside the meeting room and we watch the film and we say, okay, we could have done this better. And then we do better the next day. And so when I started using cannabis, that's exactly what I was doing. And I think mental health, right? Just reflecting on our day and seeing, how did I handle that? Oh, that didn't feel good. Why did I snap at that person? And to be able to do this reflection, it gives us the ability to improve our mental health, right? Because when we go talk to a therapist, that's essentially what we're doing. We're reviewing stuff with someone else and they're reflecting. Right. And I found when I was consuming cannabis, and still, it's like self-psychotherapy.
Right, you can do it yourself.
Exactly.